Welcome back, everyone. It's Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
And it's another day of Switch Week. Ah! And one of the launch titles on the Switch is the new Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. I'm picking it up day one. How about you?
I think anybody who's getting a Switch is doing a really, really stupid thing if you're not picking it up because it's going to be the best thing ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say on that. So anyway, we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite Zelda games.
Oh yeah, we're ready for a flame war now. Bring it on.
Keep in mind, this is just our opinion. And it's based...
Opinions are facts now. We live in the era. So, I know.
Don't get too political.
I'm not getting political at all. Anyway.
So, yeah, keep in mind, we base most of this on fun factor and looking back on these games.
Because, yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. At the time, there's a lot of games that were really, really great. But then now that we look back, we've played them again, we have to come back to reality and say, were these games actually great? Are they not? And we open it up to both the console and the handheld Zelda games.
Right, because there's just some on the console you just don't want to talk about.
Nope.
Zelda 2. But this brings up our number 5, which I don't think a lot of people would even expect to see in the top 5 Zelda games.
No,
but
and it's really not either a console or a handheld game. So let's.
Well, there was one specific one.
Yeah.
But we're talking about The Legend of Zelda: The Four Swords Adventure. Hear us out! We played this game entirely multiplayer all the way through. And while it's short, and you need 4 of those GBA link cables for the GameCube and 4 Game Boy Advances to play it, if you can scrounge together all that crap and 4 people to play...
There's a rewarding, fun game under there.
We had so much fun playing that game. I can't say that I have had any more fun playing a Zelda game.
No, and I mean, the level of puzzle solving was really easy. But there wasn't too much of it, but there was a huge, like, kind of cooperative and somewhat competitive fun factor to it.
Right, and that was something that they did really well, and they didn't capture with Triforce Heroes.
No, and I think Triforce Heroes was definitely kind of an attempt to just do something like it again.
But it didn't quite work.
No.
But Four Swords Adventure, we laughed, we yelled at each other, we worked together, we destroyed each other, it was so much fun. It wasn't really a Zelda game in the sense of what Zelda is, but it is a Zelda game.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun with it, so that's why it's our number 5.
Yeah. Forgive us. Not. Just go for it.
Number 4. Wind Waker.
Yeah. And we're going to argue, because this was a tough one. It's like, we both love Twilight Princess, you know, and when you kind of hold the 2 GameCube Zelda games next to each other, you're like...
There's 2 different things here. The good part about it, though, is both of them got re-released on the Wii U in HD and gave us a chance more recently to play them again. And... for me, the one I wanted to play more was Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker had, first of all, I think the more kind of timeless look to it.
Wind Waker translated great to HD. It looks like a current gen game, how beautiful it looks. Twilight Princess, on the other hand, the graphics, while really good at the time, still look good in HD, but it's not as timeless. Something looks a little off. But Wind Waker did something different. It had the big sprawling ocean, different locales. It even... did the story and the setup a little differently.
Yeah, we were talking that a lot of the games use this duality of things. You know, like Ocarina of Time has the 2 different areas.
Timelines, and Link to the Past has the light world and the dark world. Twilight Princess has the regular realm and the Twilight realm. But Wind Waker didn't really have the duality going on. Yeah, you could go under the sea, but it was only that one part. You were going to make it under the sea.
The original GameCube version was a little co-op. Kinda.
Oh, yeah.
I remember totally wasting all your bombs and your rupees.
Because you could use a tingle tuner.
Yeah. And that kind of made things a lot of fun.
It did. I'm sad they took it out of the Wii U version, but instead they threw in the Tingle Bottle, which connected to the Miiverse, which was really cool. But Wind Waker told this really cool tale, and one of the things I loved about that game the most, spoilers by the way, is at one point, they tell Link, it's like, you're not the hero. Like, they keep going back to the hero of time. But they mention somewhere in the game that you're not a legendary hero.
So you have to kind of like...
You have to
become one.
Yeah. Because that's like part of it. You have to awaken the Master Sword because it doesn't awaken to you.
Speaking of awakening.
Speaking of awakening, our number 3, Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah.
That was a great segue.
I know.
Yeah. So Link's Awakening was on the Game Boy, and then re-released on the Game Boy Color.
The DX version.
The DX version, which just...
Yeah, and honestly, if you're going to play one of the original Zelda games, it's better than Zelda 1.
It's better than Zelda 2.
Yeah. And it does a lot of cool things right. It introduces things like the rock feather, which really hasn't shown up all that many more times.
It came back in 4 Swords.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, dude. And it kind of told our first Zelda side story, which was, you know, you kind of like, you're on a ship, you get shipwrecked, I mean, spoilers, it turns out you were actually just like asleep the whole time and this was like a dream.
Well, that's...
Yeah, I know, it's all debatable.
It's all debatable
all
where...
the bosses are called nightmares instead of, you know...
Yeah, I mean, you even fight a Ganon nightmare in the end, but it's not even Ganon. So the whole thing was a little different story, and it was like a side story, but it was really well done.
Oh yeah, introduced characters like
Marin
and Terran, kind of.
Yeah, or Malin and Talon,
or whatever you want to call them.
However you translate their names.
Those Mario type people.
And there were all kinds of cool little Easter eggs in there because you had like the Chain Chomp hopping around.
Oh yeah.
And all kinds of other Mario things popped up, and it introduced the Owl, whose name I can't remember, but he shows up in Ocarina of Time. But if you have a 3DS, you can actually download Link's Awakening DX and play it. And it's like,
please do, because it's amazing.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, you're not gonna, you know, it doesn't feel like a too old game. It really kind of translates well to modern.
If you're used to like the classic feeling Zelda games, like A Link to the Past, or even A Link Between Worlds, which was kind of that top-down look, you're gonna feel at home here.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
Moving on to our number 2.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting.
Because I'm assuming there's some people out there going, it's got to be one of these two games. It's got to be one of these two games.
It is, but...
It is. Number 2 is Ocarina of Time.
It's so good.
My favorite Zelda game,
which
didn't make number 1. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a really good Zelda game. It's heralded as one of the best Zelda games of all time.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, if you looked in like Metacritic and all that kind of stuff, it was kind of rated as one of the highest rated games in general.
I think on GameSpot.com, back when that was a little more popular, it was, I want to say, their very first 10 out of 10. Wow. They gave it a perfect score.
And for the time, it really deserved it. The production value was... the production value was amazing. The kind of like... I love how Nintendo just always does this kind of silly thing. They had this awesome mechanic with playing songs and knowing those, and
it introduced a lot of features that would come back in Zelda games.
Yeah, it kind of become a famous moment apart.
But it was the first 3D Zelda game. It looked good. It played really well. It used the N64 controller really, really well. It introduced Z targeting.
Yeah,
which is a thing in every Zelda game now.
Well, it's not just in every Zelda game, but just in games in general. Like the idea of like locking onto a target. And then basically every third-party or third-person action game kind of follow the same suit.
Yeah. And also it has a tutorial there that's kind of hidden. You don't realize it's a tutorial until
you're kind of showing you how the game sort of works in the first dungeon.
While getting you moving along.
Yeah.
But Ocarina of Time, one of my favorite games of all time. I try to play it once a year. And if you've got a 3DS, pick up the 3D version.
Because it is an improvement.
It comes with Master Quest, which is the same game.
Yeah.
With the dungeons all screwed up.
Yeah, and harder. And I didn't even realize it, so now I need to play it. So,
yeah. This leads us to our number 1, and if you're watching this list, you probably figured out what our number 1 is.
Link to the Past.
Oh, I have Zelda 2.
No!
No, it's A Link to the Past. Yeah. The Super Nintendo game.
It basically set it off. It took the original Zelda formula, it put it on all kinds of steroids, and it's amazing.
It's got a great plot. That's just barely there.
Yeah. It's there.
It's there, but it's not like bashing you in the face with it.
No.
And it took that original Zelda gameplay and just made it fantastic. Added all kinds of cool stuff to it. There's all kinds of hidden stuff in the game. The music's iconic, and it was twice as big as it really seemed. Because you had the entire regular Hyrule, and then Dark Hyrule.
Which... honestly, they copied multiple times in other Zelda games afterwards, like we talked about. So.
Right, it introduced a lot of cool items, too, that would continue to show up forever and ever.
Bottles.
The hook shot.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love the hook shot?
Yeah.
So.
Awesome stuff.
All kinds of cool stuff. But, what's your favorite Zelda game? I mean, there's a few we left out.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a big fan of...
the Philips CDI ones? I'm sorry. Majora's Mask, we definitely left.
Yeah, Majora's Mask.
That was kind of I was going to maybe argue that one, but it's hard to say.
It's a top 5 list, and there's a lot of games. But what about Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages?
We totally left off Twilight Princess.
We did leave off Twilight Princess. Not that it's not a good game.
It's pretty amazing.
I mean, there's not really any bad Zelda games.
And there's people who do swear by Phantom Hourglass and
Spirit Tracks.
So.
But they just don't make our list. But these are our opinions. What are your favorites? Tell us in the comments below. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
Catch you on the flip side. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you liked what you see, click subscribe. Also, check the links below for our Twitter, our blog, and our Facebook page. Check back often, we'll be posting new videos weekly.